What's up, guys? Ryan MacCarthy here with LowKickMMA. Joined by me today is a very special guest coming off a huge unanimous decision victory this past weekend at UFC 258 at the Apex Center. So, Chris Gutierrez, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for giving us some time here. Really appreciate it. Let's just jump right into things. Huge victory, man, on a pay-per-view. A highly watched pay-per-view. So against a very tough opponent, Andre Ewell. Take me through this fight. Did it go as you expected? How was the weight cut and everything as well? Just take us through this.
It was good. The fight came about, I think, on Friday, like Friday evening. And manager called me and was like, yo, we got an opportunity for a short notice fight. You want to take it? And I was like, sure, let's do it. And then he was like, it's against Andre. And I was like, oh, even better. So, it just came into fruition like that. And then by Saturday, everything was finalized. And, on Tuesday, I was on a plane headed to Vegas.
Yeah. And like you said, it was thrown together very last minute, due to a variety of things. And you did fight at a 140 catch weight. Does that really make a difference for you, fighting at that little, a few pounds heavier than that bantamweight, weight? Is that, did that really make a difference going in for you? How did that feel going in at 140?
Of course it does, man. Like, even 1 pound makes a difference. Anytime you don't have to, make your body suffer 5 more extra pounds, of course, your body's happy. And but that was the 140 was because it was such a short notice fight, so that's why it was made at that weight.
Mm-hmm. And when you got the opponent, you got Andre, how did you and the team feel, confident wise going into that? Was that something that you guys really expected you could, get the W on short notice like that?
Of course, it's somebody that we were familiar with, and the fight was bound to be made at some point. Someone that we were eyeing a while back, and it just came about even sooner than rather than later. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And throughout the fight, you use those calf kicks, those leg kicks, pretty spectacularly. Really did a lot of damage to Andre's legs. And I know you've been a big proponent of using that in the past, but it seemed like it really was effective, this past weekend. Was that something you guys really game planned going in, using those calf kicks to really compromise him?
I mean, I do much more than just calf kicks.
Yeah.
He left them out there, and I just took it. Mm-hmm. There was nothing in particular like, oh, that was the only thing. You don't want to go into a fight thinking, you're just going to be a one-trick pony and just leg kicks. But, it is what it is, He, like I said, he left it out there, and I took it. That's ultimately all that happened.
Mm-hmm. And you had that head kick at the end of that first round. You really could have got that finish, honestly, if you had, maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds, to add to that. So did you know, when you got that head kick, did you think you were finishing it, or were you aware of how close that round was to ending?
Oh shit, man. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just put my phone in water. My fault.
You're good, man.
Fuck. Man, I'm just fucking up left and right, man.
You're good.
Fuck.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Shit. I just put all that there. Needs an ice pack. I'm sorry, man. What were you saying? I'm so sorry about that.
No, you're good, man. Happens to me all the time. So I was asking about that head kick at the end of the first round. Were you aware how close the round was to ending, or when you landed that head kick, did you think you were getting that finish in the first round?
Oh, I didn't even know how much time was left. And then once I started, once I landed the head kick and I started going for the kill, I heard the clacker, and I was like, of course my luck would be that as soon as I land something big like that, the round was really close to being ended.
And when you hear the buzzer, is that and you're so close to finishing the fight, is that like a gut punch to you, or is that like you go to the corner and you're like, guys, we can really get this done?
Oh, I was just like, man, you got saved by the bell. So I was, just had to be on our, had to be on alert because I knew he was either gonna, either he was still gonna be rocked, or he was gonna come out gun blazing. And so, we just had to feel him out, and then I just kept putting pressure on him.
Yeah. And then towards the end of the fight in the last round, you had that mounted triangle that it seemed like if you had a few more, another minute or so, even maybe less, you could have got the finish there. Was that something that you thought you were going to get the finish there too?
I did not know it was only like 10 seconds left when I was going when I hit when I like just shrugged him down and threw him. I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna start busting him up on the ground too. And then, I saw the sorry about that. People are just calling me right now.
You're good,
And
man.
I obviously he put his arm under there, he tried to go deep half, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna step over, but I thought it was more time than that. But then I was just like, whatever.
Yeah. And were you pretty confident when the fight ended that you guys had got the W?
Well, I was pretty confident in my last fight too, right? I fucking whooped
Did.
I beat Cody Durden up, and I gave it a draw. So, I was a little bit like scared because I've been robbed before.
Hmm.
And, what do you do? Is just, you leave it in the hands of someone else who knows what the judges do. Who knows if they're even, if they're even like, have any kind of wits about the sports, if they've even been around it, or who knows, they probably just got off the couch and went to go referee some MMA fights. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, hopefully they do their job correctly. And, thank God they did.
Yeah. You really never know with the judges. It's a serious issue in the sport, to be honest.
Oh,
But
very much.
yeah, hopefully that can be fixed at some point. But this was your first pay-per-view event that you competed on. Was that anything different than the normal fight night? Any different vibes going into that?
No, nothing is really a surprise for me. I've been doing this for a long time now. So everything that I do, it's prepared me to everything that I've done from the past has prepared me to be where I'm at. So
Mhm.
when some people say, oh, 15 minutes, can change your life, or it has changed your life. Well, someone else might see 15 minutes, but what I see is is a lifetime of sacrifices, and, all the bullshit that I'm going through now, as far as, everything else is just like, I've prepared myself for that. So, no, it was a good experience. My job's to win, and I got the job done. So on to the next.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, kind of going off that, what is next for you? Is 2021 a year that you're looking for a certain amount of fights, trying to stay active? What would the ideal 2021 look like for you?
I mean, of course, I want to stay active. I want to compete the next 3 or 4 months. I got some little bumps and bruises I'm trying to, let heal up right now. But other than that, man, I'm just once I heal up, ready to rock again.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're unbeaten in five straight fights. Of course, we just talked about that draw, unfortunately. But you are five straight unbeaten fights here. So, how fast do you think you can get into that top 15? Is that another win or two away? Is that something you're really concerned about, or are you just really looking for that next W?
Take it one fight at a time, man. Just looking for
Yeah.
the next W.
Hmm.
If a top 15 comes, then a top 15 comes. If not, again, my job is to win. Even if it's a top 15, what am I supposed to do? I got to win.
Yeah.
So it's all about winning. So that's it. I'm just trying to win and just trying to inspire and motivate, people with, I'm just trying to be a role model. Like I said, in my, after the fight, when I talked to Joe Rogan, I just want to be a role model, an inspiration to my son, but not just him, whether it's an adult or a kid. I'm just trying to be the right person for them to look up to.
Yep. And then, you're in a stacked bantamweight division, arguably the best in the sport, to be honest with you. So how do you, how do you see the next bantamweight championship fight going? We got Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling fighting, I think, in a few weeks here. So how do you see that going between those two?
Man, that's gonna be a dope fight.
Whew.
I don't know who's gonna win that one. They both have very different approach to their games. One is he's a hell of a striker, pretty strong. And one is, I mean, they're both strong. One is just, he's a really heavy base grappler, but he can strike also. So it's going to be, can Aljamain take him to the mat? Can he get him down? Can he threaten him with subs? To kind of back Peter Yan up, because Peter Yan's going to come forward. We all know that. But what can Aljamain do instead of meeting him in the middle and trying to bang it out? What can he do differently to, strategically to, kind of halt him on that? So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. And then, kind of going off that, would love to hear your thoughts. What are there any certain cheat meals you like after a big W like you just had on Saturday? Anything in particular get after food wise or drink wise, after a big W like that?
No, man. I'd be looking at like me and my girlfriend were looking at like different little like food things to eat around Denver. Man, we found this taco place yesterday, a little taco shop. Man, they got some good ass tacos. So man, I just like to try new things and explore. And as far as that, man, I eat healthy. I don't like go to McDonald's or nothing like that. But I eat normal, man. But my normal is like I eat really good, but I eat very clean. So every day to me is I eat normal. I'm not like depriving myself of stuff. I stay really really healthy. I try to cook a lot. I just did a lot of groceries. I just went to go buy some groceries now. So, I just try to eat clean. So therefore my weight, I'm not depriving, my weight of, nutrition and stuff like that. I try to stay really light, but at the same time I try to eat,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw those tacos on your Instagram. They looked very good.
Man, they were so good. So good.
I'm hungry now just thinking about them. But yeah, and then I actually wanted to get your thoughts. We're asking everyone this at LowKick. What are your thoughts on the YouTube boxers versus you got Jake Paul, Ben Askren, Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather. It seems like it's a 50-50 split between people thinking it's a huge disgrace to boxing, and then some people really just are like let them get their money, whatever. What's your opinion on that stuff?
Of course, I think it's disrespectful to the sport in general, especially for someone like Mayweather to even entertain it. He's an idiot. I wish I could fight Mayweather. If Mayweather came to MMA, I would fight him. I promise you, I would drag him through the damn ground. I would kick him so hard, he would literally be like, you know what, this was a horrible idea. But again, he's an idiot for that. But for like Jake Paul, like that's just for the whole sport itself is so disrespectful. The fact that they even entertain it. If some YouTuber came at me and was like, yo, like, I get it, right? Money talks. When you start throwing millions of dollars, it's like, all right, man, like Jake Paul's offered me $10 million to whoop his ass. It's like, it's kind of hard to say no. But at the same time, it's like, I would definitely make it a statement where like, you're a YouTuber, I'm a professional, I'm going to drag you through the ground. And after it's all said and done, I'm going to tell you how much of an idiot you are. That's just me. I honestly, like I said, it's kind of hard because I would say it's stupid, right? You don't entertain it, but yet if someone's coming at you with like $10 million, you're going to be like, let's get it going,
Yeah.
So I see both sides of it, but that's the world we live in now. You can be famous for the most dumbest things. You have plenty of famous people who are dumb, that get famous for what? They have no kind of talent. They do nothing they give nothing back to the community. They do nothing. They just horrible examples, horrible role models, and they're just rich. And it's just like,
yeah, I feel you, man. I really do. And can we get a final prediction with, if you want, for Jake Paul, Ben Askren? How do you think that's going to play out, honestly?
This guy is such Ben Askren. First and foremost, what does Ben Askren do in boxing?
Dude, I have no idea. He must be getting some money though. That's what I'm assuming.
He must. Jake Paul's gonna murder him. Oh my god!
It's
Ben Askren cannot throw. He cannot fight He cannot fight his way out of a wet paper bag. He really cannot. Okay, he is horrible, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just the fact of the matter is he's horrible. Now,
yeah.
if they were wrestling. Jake Paul would be in a world of trouble, but they're not. Jake Paul's gonna murder him. I guarantee you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like it. Thanks, man. But yeah, no, that's really it on our end here. Once again, congrats on the W on a major pay-per-view. That must feel very nice. So, any final words for you? Any sponsors? Any plugs you want to, final words for you?
Oh man, first of all, I want to thank you for giving me the time for the interview. I want to thank my teams, Factory X, Coach Mark Montoya, all my sponsors, and all my people that support me, my family, my loved ones. I appreciate the love and support. And on to the next.
For sure, man. Yeah, we really look forward to seeing you in the octagon soon. And congrats on your W. And this is a name to look out for, and arguably the best division in the whole sport. So that really says something. You're 29 years old, in your prime. So we're rooting for you here, and we'll get this up on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We'll get it all up, and we'll get your name out there. And once again, congrats, Chris. And thanks for giving us some time. Chris Gutierrez, everybody.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.